Okay, what drew you to Barbershop?
I was always drawn to barbershop. No, but the family was always singers. Were always singers, especially the Kisslers. And we always would, every time we were together at any parties or even just the backyard, whatever, they'd sing. Harmony came just natural. And I always just liked the real close 4-part harmony. And I always wanted to be a sweet Adeline. I'm changing my mind now, but anyway, I always wanted to be a sweet Adeline, but it is very demanding, and if you do it right, and so I never got involved because of the location of the choruses and distance of traveling and everything until I was ready to retire, and I think your grandpa knew that I probably would end up singing with them eventually. But during my school years, I was in the manual airs, and Julie was in a group called the Glee Club. It was all girls, but I always enjoyed the 4-part with the men. Which is not Sweet Adeline, but but anyway, and then in college, I was in the Central Airs, and so it's always been a big, music has always been a big part of my life. But I tend to lean toward, like I said, the closeness of the barbershop harmony, and I like singing the low notes and being the bass. And so,
when I was a kid, I always remember singing in the car. Is that something that came from your childhood, or?
Oh yeah, we always, Dad and Mom would always be singing. Mom never did sing out or anything, but she could hold her own. My dad had a beautiful voice, and it was funny because the other day I found another pamphlet that showed that he was in a mill course, the gas company, I think, in Hammond, and he was listed as a tenor, and I just never thought of him being a tenor, but he must have had a good range, because whenever I hear him singing in my head, it's always bass. And I just love sitting next to him in church and hearing him sing. And he was quite a singer. And so then when I retired, we went to the fairgrounds, and the Sweet Adelines were singing there. And after they finished, I went over to talk to them, and I was just taken right in and started singing with Capital City Chorus. And again, because it was such a demanding craft, I guess you'd say, I just never felt like I had time for it before, with kids and teaching and everything. So I had a little bit more time, and got involved in it. And then when Grandpa and I decided to retire, I told him I would go somewhere as long as there was the Sweet Adeline chorus. And that was kind of unusual too, because when we went to San Benito the first time, I found that there was a chorus down there, and the Magic Valley chorus that I sing with now is the furthest south in the United States. There's nothing any further. And so I called somebody. I got somebody's name and called someone, and they hooked me up with a gal from Brownsville, which is further out away from where we practice than we are. And so they said, well, yeah, she drives in every week, and you might be able to work it out with her. So I found out where they were singing, and they were doing a lot of singing over in Harlingen than they do now. That we don't go over that; it's all done in McAllen, it seems like. But the first person I met just happened to be the girl from Brownsville, and so we got hooked up and started singing there. She was a baritone, and I guess I tend to go toward the baritones. I don't know. And so anyway,
how did you get singing with your quartet?
About a year into singing and everything. After I was about a year into the chorus, I guess, and Sandy Sides, who ended up to be the director for the last several years, she's very, very talented, very musical, and she asked if I would sing with her and two others, and just see how our blend went, because we didn't have too many quartets that were blending very well. And I did sing with a couple of them, and there was one that it's kind of funny. The one group that I sang with, the tenor always said, "Well, I'll learn it. I'll learn the music," but she never wanted to learn it while we were all together. And then when we would try to sing, she hadn't learned it. And then there was another one that she was the lead. Anyway, there was a part where the basses and the baritones kind of had a ba 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 ba, and she was supposed to sing the solo. Well, she was singing the solo so well, and we were ba 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 ba, and that didn't go so well either. So when, but Sandy's decision to get Marge, who's from Michigan, tenor, and Pat from Minnesota, the lead, and Sandy, who's the baritone from Wisconsin, and me, and we just kind of clicked from the very beginning, and we just kept it up. Never competed, which is big for Sweet Adelines to be competing, but we never competed because we didn't think that we would stay friends if we did.
Well, that seems the most important part.
Yeah, so.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that competition would get in the way of things.
Yeah, especially with Sandy was very, she kept us right on track all the time, but we didn't think we'd manage it with our friendship, so we thought that was more important than the music.
And how long have you been a Sweet Adeline?
24 years. And so I think that's right.
And how long have you been with Magic Valley? Less than that, though.
21, I think. Well, actually, it's been longer than that because I retired in 96 and I became a dual member of Magic Valley then, so that's 24.
Okay.
And I was,
But then you had to choose.
I
so
was
that you
already, yeah.
You had to choose between the two because
Oh, I
you
didn't-
so you could compete with them.
Yeah, no, well, no, it works out now that you can compete with several different choruses as long as you can keep up with it.
Right.
But and you can be a dual member, and I don't think there's anyone that's a triple member. I can't imagine putting that much being able to put that much time in it. But we have several dual members.
Did you
in the
ended up
chorus.
dropping your Capital City?
And I
membership?
dropped Capital City, and the only reason, and I did it on my own because with us going to Wisconsin in the summer, I didn't have any time to sing with Capital City even in the summer, and then I was down there in the winter, and I
So
didn't
you
sing.
just had a
with
little
them,
bit
so-
on either end,
yeah.
and it wasn't enough.
Yeah.